this thing stopped me in my tracks. It was like, mama wants it. Mama wants it. Here's the credit card. Take my money. Hey homies, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, Imani at home. Today we are here to talk about money. Not my money, not your money, money that we wish we had. I'm a firm believer in the fact that you can make your home look beautiful without spending a ton of money, but I will admit that sometimes when I'm flipping through the pages of design books, or I'm on Architectural Digest, or I'm on Domino, I look at some of the things that people have in their homes, and then I immediately go Google those products, and then I see a price tag that makes me go, and I immediately think to myself, okay, I know that I can get this look for less, but sometimes I don't want the look for less. Sometimes I don't want to do the DIY, and then it ends up not looking as good as the original product looked. We are going to dream about home items, decor items that I wish I could have, but I can't afford, but I still wish I could have, even though I can't afford them. Given all that is going on in the world right now, sometimes you just need to escape. Sometimes you just need to like walk it back and go into your head and play dress up. And today we're going to play dress up with very expensive home decor items. So let's get into my list of things I wish I could afford for my house, but I can't because I'm not a billionaire. Number one, I want a commercial dishwasher so bad. And like, when I tell people that this is what I want, they will be like, what do you need this for? What do you need that for? Imani, didn't you have a rental for 4 years and didn't have a dishwasher? Yes, I did. But now that I have a dishwasher, I will be honest with y'all, the ADHD in my brain really struggles with completing tasks that happen in spaces time apart. So I have no problem loading the dishwasher. The problem comes when I put it on like a 45-minute or 90-minute cycle, and then I have to come back and unload the dishwasher. For some reason, my brain just cannot connect those two tasks as being the same. And therefore, I really struggle with unloading my dishwasher. Like, sometimes I'll walk into my kitchen and not a single spoon is clean, and that's because they've all been in the dishwasher for like a week. But, and hear me out, if I had a commercial dishwasher, like one of the dishwashers that you see in restaurants, I just think that my life would be so much better. Some of these dishwashers out here, they have a 3-minute cycle, meaning they can wash, dry your dishes in 3 minutes. I saw this one dishwasher that can clean up to 792 dishes per hour. Like, imagine if you were having a dinner party and you needed to like wash the dishes to get ready for the next course or something, and you could just throw them all in your commercial dishwasher and it would be done in 3 minutes. And the crazy thing is, like, I'm looking up the prices on these things, and you know, they are expensive, somewhere in the like $2,500 to like $5,000 range. But when my landlord put in this like new GE profile dishwasher, that thing was like $1,100 for an 18-inch dishwasher. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, what's another $1,000? Is that too much? Is that too much? Because if it's too much, just tell me. But I'm not sure if it's too much. I don't know. But like, if I had an unlimited budget, I would definitely get a commercial dishwasher. Actually, as a matter of fact, I would probably have 2 of them. I would have 2 of them because washing dishes, I freaking hate it. And I would probably have to like get one of them that could be panel ready or something because they are kind of ugly. They're not very cute, but I would still do this. I would get me a panel dishwasher. This might be the craziest thing on my list. I want this Waterworks cloth-filled copper bathtub. Has been on my list of dream items. Let me tell you, back in the day when I worked there, I used to get in this bathtub and like do my job for part of the day just because I used to love sitting in this bathtub. It's so comfortable. Let me give you the specs on this bathtub so that y'all will understand why I want it. It is 70 inches long by 33 inches tall by 29 inches wide, meaning 2 grown-ass adults could fit in here. The outside of the bathtub is copper, while the inside is made of tin, so the water will always stay warm no matter what. It is inspired by high-sloping 19th century French bathtubs and rendered in a grand scale. I'm reading from the website. The copper design is lavish, yet lends warmth and character to a bath. Handcrafted in Normandy, it elevates both classic and transitional spaces. Okay, yeah, no, I'm sorry. I want this. Now, the price on this bathtub, though, is absolutely insane. In 2025, this bathtub is $63,840. Oh, wait, but here's the really crazy part. That's just the bathtub. If you actually want to be able to use this thing, you also need to purchase the standalone pipe and waste drain so that it can actually like drain from your bathtub. You will also need to get a tub filler. If I had my way, I would get the Henry Explodes floor mounted tub filler with hand shower and cross handles, but I would do it in the special order finish of copper so that they could match and they could patina at the same time and get that little like greeny browny flare going. I should note though that the tub filler in the special order finish will be an additional $11,000. Yeah. And the waste and overflow will be an additional $6,000. So total for just the bathtub setup that I want, it would be $81,040. I don't know. I think it's worth it. Like, imagine being able to be in a bathtub where your boobs and your knees are covered with all of the water and you could have another person over there too. Like, it really reminds me of that scene from Sex and the City where like Aiden draws Carrie a bath and she's just sitting there in her little bathtub like this and she looks at him and she goes, "There's room for two," or something like that. I can't remember what she said, but she goes, "Small person, big bathtub." And then he gets in the bathtub and then they're all cute in the bathtub, just like blowing bubbles and shit at each other. And I'm just like, I want to be in the bathtub with my boyfriend blowing bubbles and shit and my copper, $80,000 bathtub setup. Don't judge me, but leave me a red heart in the comments if you're seeing what I'm seeing, because I think spending $63,000 on a bathtub is totally worth it. And if I had it, baby, I would do it. And trust and believe, I would install it in this rental. Okay. The next thing on my list is insane. It's also custom made and I can't actually buy it. But when I saw Kendall Jenner's like updated house tour with Architectural Digest, I wasn't really into like the entire home. I'll be honest, I do think Kendall has the best house of any of their Kardashians. All of their other houses are like very ugly in my opinion, but Kendall's is the only one that feels like a house that real people live in. But did y'all see her sofa? It is a custom corduroy sofa and it has all of these like illustrations and embellishments into the fabric of the sofa, and I'm telling you right now, that's some hot shit. Fire. It's fire. As soon as I saw the tour, I was like, I want this. I need this. I have to have it. I did look up who made this sofa. The custom corduroy sofa was a collaboration between fashion brand Bodhi and the furniture company Green River Project. It was founded in 2017 by Aaron Ayula and Benjamin Bloomstein. It's a research-based approach to building furniture and interiors and has been shaped by 10 years of studio practice as artists in New York City. They produce collections of furniture and sculptural objects centered around a unique narrative. And one thing I can say is like, that is absolutely true. It just has all these like names and illustrations in it, and I just think it's so interesting and cool, and it's sitting up on this like wood base that I absolutely adore. Now, I do prefer my sofas to be accessible because I like to hide stuff under my sofa, but when I tell y'all I saw this and I immediately was like, in my mind, this is something I would be able to DIY. And so I am slowly but surely thinking that this is a project that I'm gonna tackle this year. My sofa that I've had right now, I've had it for years. It's the IKEA Farlove sofa, which they have discontinued. rude. And I absolutely love my sofa, but the cover has seen better days. I've gotten some paint on it. I've scuffed it up. I think that I'm ready for a new color sofa, but I have been thinking about tackling like a version of Kendall Jenner's sofa as a DIY project. And so I've been on Bems. Bems is this website where you can find slip covers to sofas from IKEA. I've been on there and I've been looking at all the different like collections that they have and thinking about, maybe I can get a cover off of there and then literally learn how to stitch and stitch me like a version of this sofa. I don't know. Would y'all want to see a video about that? Because it is a lot of work. It would be pretty labor intensive, but I might be into that. I'm like teeter-tottering on whether or not I'm gonna do that. And I feel like I just need like a little bit of a push. I need y'all to like push me just a little bit, but don't push too hard. I like the color of hers. It's like this like goldy color, but I think that's very similar to the daybed that I have in my office. So if I were to do it, I would probably do it in like a pink or a red or something like more fun. Maybe even like a cognac-y type color. I don't know. I'm gonna go back on Bems and see what colors they have because this might be what I do. Is $5,000 for a light fixture too much? That is the question that I was asking myself a couple months ago when I was on this really long walk with my dog and I walked past this antique shop. It's called Jean-Pierre Antiques. It was a custom Italian glass chandelier. It had like florals on it. It was pink and it was blue and it was like this creamy white. And when I say this thing stopped me in my tracks, it was like, Mama wants it. Mama wants it. Here's the credit card. Take my money. Please. Take here. That's literally how I felt. The store wasn't even open when I walked past this. I literally was like stalking around to see when they were gonna open so that I could go in and take a look at it. And when I tell you this chandelier is so beautiful, it's so gorgeous. I think about it all the time and damn it, I want it. But I do not have $5,000 to give to a light fixture. In my heart, I just cannot justify spending $5,000 on a light fixture that technically wouldn't even fit in my apartment. Like this light does really need to be in more grand spaces. And I don't really have, I mean, my apartment's pretty big, but it's not like a grand tall ceilings where this type of chandelier would really work. But damn it. So after I fell in love with the chandelier and it was $5,000 and I walked out of the store with like my tail between my legs because I was like, I can't buy this. I did obviously go onto like Facebook Marketplace and all over the internet to see if I could find something similar. And I discovered that this type of chandelier is called Venetian glass or Murano glass. And so obviously I want to give you guys like a little bit of history lessons because why not? You're here to get information, not just the shop. When I hear Venetian glass, I think of Versailles and I think of the Hall of Mirrors. And I know that from like my research about history and design and decor, Venetian glass was incredibly expensive, and so only like super duper rich people have it, which is one of the reasons why Versailles was so expensive to build, was because pretty much all of the windows in there are made from Venetian glass. And I will say, you know, King Louis, you did your big one, because when I went to Versailles 2 Christmases ago, let me tell you something, that Hall of Mirrors, beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful, exceptional, 10s. But Venetian glass is typically from the island of Murano near the city. It is traditionally made with a soda lime like metal and is typically elaborately decorated, which I love. Production for Venetian glass has really been central to the island of Murano in Italy since about the 13th century. So basically, if you're out there and you see like Venetian glass, it probably was made in Murano. And let me tell y'all something, it is so freaking beautiful. It has been hanging up there for quite a few months. And so every now and again, I think about just popping in there and being like, yo, let me make you an offer. With like a wink and a smile. And I hope that like I'm cute enough that he'll just like give it to me for like $2,500, which I don't think is gonna happen, but a girl can dream. And in the meantime, I have been like all over sites like First Dibs and Cherished and even Facebook Marketplace, just typing in Venetian glass chandelier, Murano glass chandeliers, just to see if I can find ones that I think are equally as pretty, but also maybe not quite as expensive. And guess what? They're all that expensive. I did see one on Facebook Marketplace a long time ago that was like $400, but it was smaller and it sold almost immediately. So I definitely am going to still keep Murano glass, Venetian glass as a part of my like Facebook marketplace cycle of things that I search up. But baby, when I tell you, every day, every night I go to bed and I think about this chandelier and I think about what I would do if I could just have it and the dream apartment that I would put it in, because right now it's not gonna fit in this house. That thing is like 3 feet long. It's very big and my ceilings are only like 9.5 feet tall. So I really don't have tall enough ceilings for it. But I just imagine that I could put it in storage and, you know, get to it when I get to it. The last thing that is on my wish list is something that I did not even expect to want. I think as a person who is interested in decor and home and design, I think it's so important for us to always be out in the world with our eyes open. Like, you have to remain curious, you have to remain interested, because if you're just waiting for things to come to you in the form of like a social media post, you're going to miss out on half the inspiration that is out there. And let me tell you, I was in New York a couple weeks ago and I was going up there to see a ballet performance. But this guy that I had followed on Instagram and I met him at a party, he is an artist. His name is Charles Jean-Pierre. Now, he's Haitian, so I'm pretty sure I'm not pronouncing that with like the proper Haitian French accent, but y'all gonna have to get this Americanized version, okay? And I saw that he was doing a show called Boys Don't Cry at the Heath Gallery in Harlem. And I was like, my ballet performance doesn't start until like 9 o'clock. I can just pop up there real quick, see this show, check it out, gather some inspiration. There were pretty much all Black artists in this show. And I was like, yeah, let me check it out. And baby, let me tell you, I saw this one piece on the wall and I said, oh, I need that. Oh, I want that. And I don't know, like maybe it's the like inner Sex in the City single girl in her like almost 30, I'm not 30 yet, living alone, you know, with a good job, who like, I just feel like I need original art in my life. A lot of what I have around my apartment are prints or framed pieces of like framed objects, and I love them. I appreciate them, but now I think I'm like ready to like go along that path of purchasing original art. But the thing with purchasing original art is that it can be quite expensive. So I'm in the gallery like, yeah, I'm looking at this and this is beautiful. I'm telling you, this piece stopped me in my tracks. I was like, screw it, you know? And then I opened the little booklet to see how much this, y'all, it was $14,000. $14,000. And like, I am not one to question an artist on what they pay for it, because this thing was a mixture of like paint and I think paper mache and just like a collage, and it was clearly a lot of work that had went into this. And so like, I'm not questioning the price, I'm questioning what organ I would be willing to sell in order to obtain this piece. In my heart of hearts, I kind of want to do a gallery wall down my hallway. I'm not talking about taking down the wallpaper and then putting up a gallery wall. I'm talking about putting a gallery wall on top of this insanely busy wallpaper. And I know for some people that is gonna sound crazy. It's gonna be insane because, you know, maximalism on top of maximalism, but like, honestly, that's just kind of who I am. And so in my heart, I feel like that's what I want to do. And I really just love this piece. I was really connected to it. I thought it was very beautiful. And I was like, maybe this is something I can have in my home. But unfortunately, I didn't have $14,000. I remember texting my friend Anella and being like, do I need this? And she was like, no, bitch, stop it. Get your finances under control. And I was like, my finances are under control, but I need this. I'm waiting for, you know, one of these brands to like slide me a big old fat check. And the first thing that I buy after I pay my taxes, of course, is gonna be a piece from Charles, because I tell you, mama needs it bad. So yeah, y'all, that is my list of things that I desperately want, but desperately can't afford. I absolutely love design. I absolutely love decor. Hell, I love looking at decor that I can afford. I love looking at decor that I can't afford. And even though none of these things on this list I could foresee myself getting in the next 3 to 5 years, like I think it's gonna be a long time before I'm able to afford any of these, or perhaps never be able to afford any of these. But I do like to dream. I do like to think of a world in which I could have one of these things, especially that bathtub, because that's what I really want. And if there was one thing that you could add to your house, to your apartment, it could be structural, it could be an item, it could be a piece of decor, it could be literally anything, go ahead and leave it in the comments, because I really want to talk and like manifest and dream with you guys about decor things that we're all obsessed with, because I suspect in my mind that all of the homies, we are all sharing the same wavelength. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe to the channel. I'm Imani at home. Thank you guys so much for following. And just so you know, it doesn't matter if you rent or own. Everyone deserves to love their home. Bye, homies.